The major reason you feel distant from God is because you've been talking to Him your whole life, but never actually talking with Him. You've been trained to talk to God with rehearsed speeches, polished religious vocabulary, and careful respect. Yet deep inside, you still feel unheard, unseen, untouched, and that quiet frustration has been growing secretly in your prayers. Because talking to God keeps Him distant, formal, almost untouchable. But talking with God pulls Him into the room with you, into your fears, your anger, your confusion, your unfiltered thoughts you've been too spiritual to say out loud. Few people know this, but the most powerful conversations in Scripture were never polite. They were raw, personal, sometimes shocking. When you read, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," you're not hearing a speech. You're hearing a relationship breathing. When you hear, "Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you," that's not ceremony, that's invitation. You were never meant to perform before God. You were meant to walk with Him. Think about how you speak to your closest friend. You interrupt, you laugh, you vent, you sit in silence. And now compare that to how stiff your prayers sound. That gap is the hidden reason many people feel spiritually dry. God never asked for perfection in conversation. He asked for presence. Remember when Moses spoke and the Lord answered, as a man speaks to his friend? That wasn't ritual, that was relationship. And here's the warning. When you only talk to God, you control the script. But when you talk with God, you allow Him to interrupt you, correct you, comfort you, and sometimes confront you. That's where transformation lives. You begin to pause mid-sentence because you sense conviction. You feel peace before solutions arrive. You hear guidance in stillness because "my sheep hear my voice." This is the secret place Jesus modeled when He withdrew, not to recite, but to commune. And if you're honest, some of your most real prayers never sounded religious at all. They sounded like, "God, I'm tired. I don't understand. Why is this happening?" Those moments felt strangely holy because they were honest. That's talking with God. It's waking up and acknowledging Him before touching your phone. It's driving in silence and sharing your thoughts as they form. It's asking questions and waiting instead of rushing away. It's letting Scripture reply to you. Be still and know that I am God, not as a quote, but as a response. When you shift into this kind of conversation, prayer stops being an obligation and becomes oxygen. You stop measuring minutes and start sensing presence. You realize God isn't grading your words, He's engaging your heart. And suddenly, guidance becomes clearer, conviction sharper, peace deeper. Not because God started speaking, but because you finally started conversing. So here's your challenge. Today, drop the performance, drop the rehearsed lines, and speak to God like He's closer than your breath, because He is. Tell Him what you've been afraid to admit. Sit long enough to listen, and watch how your spiritual life changes from routine to relationship. And if this awakened something in you, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this message, because someone else is still talking to God when they were created to walk with Him.